Good morning. Live 5 again. Another great morning, where I bring you the tactics and the execution strategies and all the other fun stuff that really sets you up for whatever you want in life. Whatever success is to you, I'm going to try to give you those recipes and those kind of interesting ways to kind of move forward in your life. And big topic today. Well, first, I hope everyone had a great holiday weekend. If you celebrate it, if you had a great time with your family, that's the most important thing. That's how I spent my weekend. Just kind of rejuvenates me and just kind of gets exciting, for me to go back and see my family, and it's just always an enjoyable time. Like I said, the big topic of today is mentality shields and really deciding what kind of stimuli and energy you allow into your life, and how to ultimately conquer your fears. And a lot of that comes stems from what you allow into your life and the people you allow into your life. And so basically what we got going on here is I really feel like I haven't shared my story yet, and I'd like to do that today. So I'm Stephen Underwood. I grew up in a small town, in a time where social media and email messaging were just really taking off. And when I was young, I had pretty thin skin. I took everything very personal, and I know a lot of kids like that are like that today. Nobody likes losing and things like that, and I was right there. I allowed bullies and people to get into my head, and it was sad times. I actually remember this one particular moment. I was at a bus stop, and I remember this individual getting just she was just digging in and continuing to kind of egg me on, and then I remember just kind of all of a sudden just like a build up, and just kind of slowly got to this point where I just couldn't take it anymore, and I literally ran screaming, and I jumped on her back. I don't know what I was gonna do, but that's kind of how it ended up playing out. And it's funny, I don't actually remember how it played out, but I'm sure I got nowhere, and I'm sure things continued, because I remember I used to wait. The bus stop was only 3 or 4 blocks from my house, but I would wait 2 or 3 blocks away and just kind of play by myself, just down the block. And I remember missing the bus because I did not want to go down to the bus stop. I just hang out, and I'd go back to my house. Like, I left like a half hour ago, and I go back to the house. I'm like, Mom, I missed the bus. I guess I need a ride to school. That didn't go over well. But it's little things like that, and those are the things that people are going through today, and I hope to help kind of talk about a few of those things. But kind of continuing on, I really set myself up for failure in so many different ways. Social media, like I said, it's all, when you're a kid, you don't understand the ramifications for some of the things you're sharing and posting. And for me, I was oversharing, overexposing myself in vulnerable times. And that really set me up for, it took me down a path that I didn't know how was, a very negative path, a very dark path for myself, where being exposed by your peers in moments where they look at you and you look at them and you don't know who your friends are. There was a specific moment in my life where I remember walking into the gymnasium where every one of your friends kind of waits before school starts, and having this kind of this hint that people might be talking about me. And that was that moment of overexposure where I'm sure many students today have come to school not knowing who saw that post, who saw that overshare, and ultimately just sinking your heart, sinking your stomach, and just being in a really dark place where, like I said, you don't know what people think of you, you don't know how people feel, and you just don't know who your friends are. So it ultimately spiraled into some very disappointing times. Nobody could have been more disappointed in me than myself. And to that I was. I couldn't take things back. I could only be misunderstood. And those were just harsh times because that's not who I was. I didn't want to be defined by the person that shared too much or chose to say a certain thing online, and I couldn't take it back. But to me, that's how I was, and I kind of set myself up for that point in my life, and I set myself up for failure in so many things because I stopped taking advantage of some of the things that I could have been taking advantage of. And the bullying. Well, the point is, I had zero self-esteem and no confidence. The bullying did eventually stop. I had a few outlets, some activities that allowed me to kind of get away from some of the more negative people, and it kind of slowly started helping me out a little bit. But I couldn't get over my past. Deep down though, I knew I always wanted more. I never wanted to be that person. Because behind closed doors, I'm that dancing, singing kind of individual that nobody gets to see, and I know so many people are like that. You were probably like that. You at home in your room in the shower, you're singing, you're dancing, you're loving life. The people that you love the most get to see you be that person, and they only hope that you could do that in front of other people to show how great you are. And that's what I wanted. I wanted that for me. I want that for you. And that's kind of why we're here. We're keep going down that path. I went on to college. I had an opportunity to live a new life, kind of change things up a little, break out of my shell if I could. But I was still too concerned with my past. I couldn't get past my past. Couldn't get past my past. And a lot of you are going to find that you have given so many years to being who you're not that it's easier to continue being that way, even though it's not what you want. And we really got to talk about that. We really got to talk today. I quit baseball in college. I went to play baseball in college. It was a great opportunity, but I got a small injury in my shoulder, and it just ended up quitting. I stopped playing. And I think what it really boils down to a lot is that I didn't have that confidence I needed to keep playing. I didn't have the self-esteem to make it through, to handle the failure. I couldn't handle failure. And I saw that by going back. How would I handle these better baseball players, the people that were going to be better than me? And how could I get over not being the best or being good enough? And I didn't think I had the ability to do that. Now things ended up playing out well, but I ended up playing 1 year, my senior year, which was great. That was a big confidence boost, but it was that layer finally breaking through one little layer and having enough confidence to kind of slowly break out of your shell, doing one little thing. I was still quiet. I didn't talk much, but it's one little conquer, one little thing that I could move forward with. And I graduated, and I had a lot to be grateful for. Most people have a lot to be grateful for, but you can't see through it. And I didn't know why. I'm sure you don't either. We all have a lot to be grateful for. We're humans, for God's sake. I mean, we're here on Earth, and we have some of the greatest opportunities, and we can't see past our past. So anyway, after graduation, I wanted more. Just like everyone, I want more. I want to be better. I started searching for outlets. I started searching for answers, and I started coming across great speakers and great authors. I finally realized that books, after so long, I really never really was a great reader, and I never really wanted to go down that path. But I found people and great authors that kind of allowed me to go deep into certain topics that I had never gone into. Things like positive psychology, leadership, and and power stances, or all these little things that just allow you to slowly break through your fears, and things that allow you to be more courageous, and you start picking up on things that you feel resonate with you. So this one was grit. That's a big word nowadays, grit. This ability to kind of get through anything and figure out how to get the answer to your problems, and keep digging and digging and digging until you ultimately achieve your goals. And that was something I thought, well, I'm a hard worker. I can do this. And you start resonating with these positive things that you haven't really dove into. And these people were enablers. They wanted you to be a better you. And I needed more people like this in my life. And I think everyone does. Because what it did was they incrementally challenge you to be a better you, not be a better anyone else. All this social media and people with like I said, like filters and all these other options to make you appear different and better. And these bodybuilders and people that maybe they show up in their pre-show looks and take many pictures, and sometimes you don't realize that maybe that's not really what their day life is, their day to day. In some cases there's some great people out there. But anyway, the point is, eventually you can conquer fear after fear, and take small incremental steps to move forward in your life. And that's kind of what I did. And what's great about life is that I'm still a work in progress, and you're going to be a work in progress. You're going to take those small incremental steps to become a better you every day. And that's what I've done. And ultimately, the reason you're here today, hopefully, is because we share a common link, that back history. Or maybe someone that is troubling right now, is going through a difficult time in their life, and you're learning new ways to communicate with them. And ultimately, I hope that maybe we can do it together. We can conquer these fears, unlayer, kind of pull back, keep pulling back until you achieve that life that you desire. And I know that because it's taken me 10 plus years to get there, that I want to start today. I want to help you today, and that's why we're here. And so ultimately what we come to talk about today is mentality shields. Mentality shields. And I was talking to my wife about mentality shields and like, what does that really mean? And I kind of made her think it's something kind of like the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter. So so every morning you get excited, you're up, you're ready for the day, you got high energy, you're ready to just break through and make things happen, and you make sure you put on your invisibility cloak, your mentality shield every morning. And what that is, it's a filter. It's a filter that you use to decide what permeates into your mind. You decide what kind of energy, what kind of stimuli you allow through, and what you allow yourself to react on. And it's really just this idea. So imagine this kind of idea where you come to school, or you come to your office, and you're at the water cooler, or that gym in the morning, and people are telling you how bad of a week it was, how bad of a weekend it was, what they have coming up today that's going to be something of low value, and you can feel that. And if you don't have your filter up, that shield up, you can start to take on that negative energy, that negative mindset, that they want you to come down the path with them. They want you to reciprocate that negative energy, to say, yeah, it is going to be a tough day. Yeah, I don't want to be here either. You've heard these things before. Imagine they ask you, how's your day today? Or how's your day? And I say something like, another good day. Something simple like that. And that's different. It's unique. It's something that they won't expect. And you hope to change their energy perspective simply by changing one or two words in your life before you allow them to permeate your mind with something negative or something, I'll talk about bullies in a second, but when you have somebody that's negative or pessimistic bringing you ideas to think about, you have to actually filter them before you actually think about them. So when somebody comes to you and says, another bad day, oh, it's going to be another rough week, you have to take that in and say, wait a second. Before I let that in, I must interpret where they're coming from. What are their influences in life? Where does this person come from? And over time, you know these individuals, and you know where they come from, and you know why they're saying the things that they're saying. And usually what you'll find is something in their life that isn't quite adding up. Maybe they're not waking up at 5 a.m. and getting their day started properly like you are. That's my guess. But anyway, so you have your mentality shield. It's that filter between you and that person, and you deciding what energy, what I'm going to let in. What are you going to let into your actual mind, and what are you going to stew on? What are those ideas and those kind of rude comments? And that's where we kind of travel into kind of that bullying side. So you have to envision 12 years old, 16 years old, we're taking in somebody saying something negative to you, and you're realizing that the things they're saying aren't about you. Maybe they're really reflections of themselves, and they're expecting to get some kind of energy transfer. They're expecting maybe laughter or humor from their peers, people around you, and it's not about you. You just happen to be the person in the line of fire that they're choosing. But what I offer you an opportunity to go 7 levels deep. And that's really all about asking yourself why. Why? Why are they saying this to me? Why am I reacting the way I am? And then keep kind of going down that. As you answer those questions, you keep going a layer deeper. Why? Why this? Why then? If that, then why this? And ultimately, you're asking yourself, why is this individual doing this to me? And I find what's interesting is that most likely it's because you're memorable. For me, I didn't like my teeth. I'm still not a big fan. They're not great, to me. Most people don't care. But what's interesting is that feature, that thing that you don't like, I thank Sean Stevenson for this, because ultimately what that unique feature or flaw that you've deemed a flaw actually makes you memorable. It actually makes you unique. And in this world of clones, don't you want to be memorable? That thing that people will always remember? And that sounds more interesting to me, and that's how I'd like people to start spinning their negativity, spinning those things, and actually saying, maybe this is actually memorable. What if my teeth actually make me memorable? And that sounds way better than a negative flaw or negative kind of concept that you frown upon, or you don't smile. You don't smile because you're afraid. And too many years have I not smiled because I was afraid of what people thought. So anyway, take comments into your filter and ask if these are memorable traits. Are these the beliefs of them or their influencers? Ultimately you have to decide who gets filtered out of your life. These people that don't change and continue to do these negative things are people that don't belong in your life. You have a support system. Find your outlets. Find the people that share similar concepts with you. There's great groups out there. There's great places for you to find people who want to dance. They want to dance with you. They want to sing with you. They share the same likes and interests as you. Even if it's only 2 or 3 people, those are the only ones that are going to really matter when it's all said and done. And ultimately, coming true to yourself over time, you're going to find that the real you is the best you. And people are going to love that. But, you have to own your unique qualities and features. And remember, if that quality is worth bringing attention to, then you are in essence memorable. You are in essence memorable. And for that, I thank you for being memorable. And I hope for you to share your quirk. People don't forget memorable people. And, sitting here reflecting through my journal, and I'm just thinking about you guys and all the things that you guys could share with me to help me out, and so that I can ultimately help you out. So, but another thing here, and here's the trick. For me to be here today with you, though, I needed permission to be myself. Right now, I'm telling you to be yourself. Own your quirks. And even if it's just for me, if I'm the only person you can come to, I'd be more than grateful to be there for you and to help you on your journey. To private message me and tell me your quirks. Tell me why you think that you don't deserve to be liked. And I'll tell you you're wrong. And I'll tell you so many people share your similar story. And that the power of connections and stories are really what you need to start doing. Start sharing why you are the way you are and why you are memorable. People don't understand the new you, though. Who is this person? You're not going to be fun to bully anymore. They're going to hear your 7 levels of questioning and be like, what's this all about? I want 7th degree every time I talk to this person. So they're either going to become your friends or they're going to stop. Because you're going to stop feeding their energy. You're going to start filtering out what they're talking about, why they're doing it to you. And as soon as you stop giving them the energy they desire, they're going to look for somebody else they can pawn and get the reciprocated energy that they're looking for. Ultimately, and very shortly, you will understand that you have more to give, more value to give than that bully or pessimistic person ever will. You're going to be able to provide so much value. Hey, if you're actually listening to this right now and you're still on, you're different. You're unique. If you're still listening to this right now, you're different than, I always hear this statistic that the 1%ers, the 5%ers, those are the people still watching this video right now. The people that are still looking for that nugget of information I'm trying to provide you. And if you're still here, you've made that leap in your life. So for that, I congratulate you and thank you. Thank you for being here still. Ultimately, this is a movement. We need to be there for each other. You don't have time to waste. You don't have time to waste. This is your life. These are the best times of your life. The times where you're young, the times where you can kind of identify who you are. Don't waste your energy being somebody you're not. Find people that share the things that you share. There's too many outlets for that today. And if nothing else, like I said, I'm always here for you. I couldn't be more excited to be here today and share kind of my message and where I'm coming from so that ultimately you can share yours and we can do this together. So ultimately, shields up. Take in the energy and stimuli through your filter. It's up to you what you let in. Over time, you will understand who those energy vampires are. Those people that either You don't talk to, associate to, you kind of rid them from your life if they're not delivering the proper energy that you need to live your best life. And the point is, it's okay. It's okay to do that. You know, you don't want them to take your best life, your best enthusiasm, your best energy. You don't want them to take that from you. So, exude power and energy. Smile often. Listen more. Try to decipher where the pessimism is coming from. Try to decipher where your energy was, why your energy was taken down a certain way today, tomorrow, and in the future. So leave me your comments. Let me know where you're at in life. Let me help you. Leave me feedback. Leave me your excuses why you don't think that you can do it. Let's tackle this problem, one person at a time. You're beautiful, smart, full of energy, and capable of achieving anything. Don't reciprocate negative energy. Stay strong and be memorable. Ultimately, I'm here for you. Have a great day.